live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, hello everybody. We're doing Roxanne's run walk group. So being led by, I think it's Stephanie today, and she's just up ahead with the banner, the yellow arrow on her head. And this is a group for runners who like to take things a little bit easier, so we do running and walking. Let me get some music going. Oh, that's not supposed to start. Let's not do that. Hold on. There we are. Okay, so I think it's Stephanie Coet is leading the group, and her instructions are coming on the screen. There are 47 runners taking part, so good number. And we have it's a 5k, just over a 5k run walk. So the run is 200 meters and the walk is 85 meters. Huge group today, apparently. So this is the first time I've done this group. I just wanted to make sure, not wanted to see what goes on. Join in. TV guy, Australia, hello to you, buddy. Yeah, like I say, I've not done this group before, so I just wanted to check it out, see what it's like. I haven't got my cap on. I've just realised I forgot to put my cap on. Just the white one at the top there, thank you. Right then, cap on. Now I feel like I'm doing proper. No rack says it's not working. Live stream isn't working on Facebook. Oh no. That's not good, is it? Well, I apologise if it's not working on Facebook. Sorry about that. I can have a little look in a minute and see. Right, back down to walk. So if this is a group that interests you, make sure you look it up on the Zwift companion app so that you can see what times it's on, and look for other run walk groups as well. This one's been running, Roxanne's run walk group has been running for quite a long time, and well established, and there are now 50 runners taking part. I'm just going to see if my stream is working on Facebook. Right, so Steph's going to zoom ahead and we've got to catch up on her go sign. Eight kilometers per hour. So we have to catch her up. Day One Fitness, thank you.
Right on.
Vidar says YouTube is up. The TV guy says Facebook is working for him. And Chris Nolan says it's working for him as well. So hopefully it was just a local issue for no rack. Yeah, it looks like I've got a signal here for Facebook, so hopefully it is working. And so it's back down to walking. So it's a nice, gentle group. No need to stress about being fast. No need to stress about people racing off ahead of you, having to try and catch them, or feeling like you've been left alone at the back of the group. Nolan, thanks for the ride on.
Right on.
Cheers, Chris. And Paul Deering says Facebook stream seems fine. So I think we're established that Facebook is okay. Right, 1% incline on base pace. Easy peasy, so catch your breath. Right, so we're going to do 1%. Magnus Tate, thank you.
Right on.
1% on the treadmill. Gayton, Jason, thank you for your ride on.
Right on.
And we're up to 8 kilometres per hour. Just trying to get a bit closer to our run leader. So I'm going a little bit faster. Kyle Watts, now that's the pace I'm talking about. I tell you what, it's absolutely boiling down here on the south coast of the UK. It is really warm today. So normally, with the doors open, I would not have the fan on in here. But I have got the fan on, and especially going at a relatively sedate pace, I wouldn't normally feel like I need the fan on, but it is hot. So I'm at 1% elevation, and we are doing 200 meters run, 85 meters walk. Henrik, thanks for the ride on, my friend.
Right on.
So we're right back up with the leader now. Got Davenport and Becker. Oh, Henrik George is taking part in this run. Jokstad, Kato Jokstad, thanks for your ride on.
Right on.
Right, back down. And Eric Liu as well, thank you for your ride on. Right, Chase next on my mark, she says. So, we just have to wait. Rob DeBank, thanks for the ride on.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Iron Man says, what's your saying? Incline is speed in disguise. Right, so Stephanie Coet is off. She's going to go a bit faster, and we have to catch her up. Off she goes. Way ahead. And when she says go, we have to catch her. We supposed to be going? She hasn't shouted go yet, has she? Now she shouts go. Okay, off we go. So we'll try and catch her. Keep looking at the screen for instructions to make sure that I'm doing everything right. But there is lots of text coming through, so I'm going to read that in a second. Michael Hasser, thank you.
Right on.
Right, we're almost back up with Stephanie. And that took us the full 200 to catch up. Back down to walking. Right, let's look at these messages. Chris Nolan. Yeah, these speeds I can run. Just getting back into this with Couch to 5k to build my legs up again. Been ages since I could manage 5k for various reasons. Well done, Chris. He says also, am I the only one that hates seeing those food stands going around the lake in New York? Keep wanting to stop and grab some food. Yes, I know what you mean. And Vidar, can you please send some heat and sun to Tromsø where I live? Tired of the snow. Oh no, I'm so sorry. You will live in Norway though, won't you? I mean, you know, what's going on? I'd love to go to Tromsø. Love to come and do the midnight marathon there. Right, here we go again. So up to 8 kilometers an hour. And we've raised the incline now to 2%. So sticking right by our run leader, Steph Coet from Canada. This run is called Roxanne's Run Walk because it was started by a lady called Roxanne Baggett, I think was her surname. Anyway, but she's not running the group today. Well, she's not leading the group today. So we're running around the New York course, and you might notice that it looks a bit different to how New York actually looks. It's a modern, like a futuristic version of New York. So we've got the sky roads and the futuristic looking office tower blocks. But this is the standard Central Park round the lake run. If you've ever been to New York, if you've ever gone to Central Park, this is probably the most popular run route in New York, round the Central Reservoir.
Nice.
Okay, back down to walking pace. So we've covered 1.6 kilometres so far. Nice and steady. And Steph's saying a speed surge on my mark. So she's going to call us out to run a bit faster when she says. And we're still at 2% elevation on the treadmill. And she said this should not tax your cardio too much. Carl, thanks for the ride on, buddy.
Right on.
And Steve McPherson as well, thank you.
Right on.
Right, here we go again. 8 kilometres per hour. And this is the go-go to run a little bit quicker. Steph's going at 5 minutes per kilometre, wow. Oh, and then back to normal pace. Gosh, that was quick. It's got a bit longer, just catch Steph back up. Oh no, I don't want to go off. I think we're going straight, aren't we? Are we turning off? Oh, we are turning off then. Yes, we are turning off. Turning off to the right. Steph says, are we all having fun yet? Yeah, it looks like we are all turning right. Run path in reverse. So we're carrying on rather than going... Oh, I see. Yes, if we go straight on, we actually turn left. Yeah, so if we were to go off there, we would turn left and then turn right, which is kind of like straight on, if that makes any sense. So down to walking again. 4% incline now. Okay, up we go. Up to 4% incline on the treadmill. And we're just about 2 kilometres in. 3 to go. Nice view. Oh, what's going on here? Right, off we go running again. Something's wrong with my... Nope. Right. Vidar, I'm probably going to do Do you know what? I'm not sure. Probably Fartlek Friday. But I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet, actually. I'm probably also going to commentate on the 9 o'clock run. The rabbit run at 9 o'clock, because that looks like it's packed. About 200 runners doing that. So I might, if I don't run it, I may well commentate on it, but I will do another run early evening, just not entirely sure which run it will be. So we're at 4% on the treadmill and just catching back up with our run leader. And back down to walking pace. Right, here we go again, up to 8. There's one of those food stands that Vidar was talking about. Vidar says I should do both Fast Friday and Fartlek Friday. And also maybe the rabbit run as well. Why do I keep falling behind? Everyone else seems faster. Lucas from South Korea, thanks for the ride on.
Right on.
Oh, did she do one of those catch me if you can ones? I think she may well have done a catch me if you can, didn't she? Oh, never mind. I missed that one. Let's try and catch up again. Right, Steph says we should go down to 1% incline. I think I'll stick with 4% just for the time being. Right, off we go again at 8 kilometers per hour. I'll just go a bit faster because I keep falling behind for some reason. Look, I'm 4 seconds behind our run leader. I don't know why that is. Fire Leather says, I would have killed to have this run 8 months ago when I was doing Couch to 5k. Yeah, it's really good for people building up to running their 5k non-stop. You know, doing this run walk is a really good way of getting there. And we're well over halfway now. Nick Onslow says it's quite nice sitting here watching you guys whilst eating my lunch. Well, after you've had your lunch and it's settled down, get yourself on the treadmill or get yourself outside. Go and do a gentle 5k. Steph's suggesting if the interval pace is too fast, too slow for you, then whack on that incline, which is kind of what I'm doing. Just banging on the incline a little bit and trying to catch up with Steph at the front. Actually, there she is. Okay, ready for another chase, she says. You know the drill, says Steph. And she's going to go. We just have to go to base pace, which is 8 kilometers per hour. Steph's going off at a rate of knots, I think. Is she? Yeah, off she goes. And we have to catch her. When she says go, we need to catch her. Oh, right, Nick. Nick Onslow says, I've run a trail half marathon this morning. Fair enough. We'll let you off then. Good job, well done. Right, away we go. We're going to catch Steph now. Let's go up to 10. Let's go up to 11. She's already 8 seconds ahead. Right, there we go. Managed to finish right beside her. And back down to walking. High five, Steph. Oh my goodness, Nick Onslow has done 132 kilometres so far this week. Right, if you've done 132 this week, it's only Friday. I need you to do a 100-mile week, please. So you need at least another 30 kilometres today, tomorrow and Sunday. Right, up to 5% now. And off we go again at 8 kilometres per hour.
Nice.
So we're up at 5% elevation on the treadmill, 8 kilometres per hour. Thanks for the ride on, Steenrod.
Right on.
So for those of you that don't know, 100 miles is 161 kilometres. So Nick Onslow is challenged to run 30 kilometres tomorrow or Sunday, or split it 15 and 15, so he gets to a 100-mile week. Sure, he's perfectly capable to do that, and he says he's run 100 miles plus every week this year. The question is, Nick, what are you training for? Christoph Hermans, thank you very much for your ride on.
Right on.
I very rarely get to 100 kilometres a week, let alone 100 miles. Seeing as there are no races at the moment, it's The question is, why are you putting in that amount of training every week? Andrew Cutmore, thank you.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
And Horvath as well.
Right on.
And Mike Shaker, thank you.
Right on.
Right, speed search coming up. So when we get to the next marker, we go for a little sprint. Vidar, thanks for the ride on. Off we go. We go a little bit faster than just push it a bit. Andrew, it is a lovely day. Well, Nick says he was training for the Endure 24. But if that's not happening, Nick, don't get yourself injured by doing too many miles. Now, honestly, if you're big on your mileage, now is a great time to just let your legs recover a bit and get back into some tough training in a few weeks. If we've got nothing, you know, I've got nothing to train for. Well, actually, technically, some of the races are still on in June and July, but I'm fairly confident that they are going to. Oh, hang on a minute, I should still be running, shouldn't I? Fairly confident that they should be cancelled soon. So I'm using this time to not put in any big mileage, and just to let my body recover a bit. Right, back down to walking. Yeah, I guess, you know, there's taking it to the next level, but I suppose you need to work in blocks of training, don't you? So you can't. I don't think you should be doing a 100-mile week every single week for the entire year. You know, if you look at the elite athletes, they'll do blocks of training, and even in those blocks of training, they may only do 2, 3, 4 weeks at 100-mile weeks. But I mean, if it suits you, if you're happy doing it, then fine. And if you don't get injured, that's great stuff. But just be careful. That's all I would say. We have 5 more reps to go. We've done 13 out of 18. And we're back to walking. And any second now, we're going to go under the arch. And off we go with 8 kilometers per hour again. And Steph has disappeared again. I think she's in front of us. We'll go a bit faster. But there are 53 people in this run, so it's quite easy that Steph could disappear off the front, and we wouldn't see her name. But I can see the yellow banner, the yellow. What's the word I'm looking for? Beacon. The yellow beacon above her head. Carl Watts, no, this is not going to be my slowest ever 5k. I think I did park run with my kids, and I think one time we took about. Oh, actually, yeah. I was going to say we took 37 minutes, but this is actually going to take longer than 37 minutes, isn't it? Yeah. That's okay though. We're here for a reason. We're here to promote the Roxanne Run Walk group, being led today by Steph Coet, and beautifully large turnout, lovely day in New York, and definitely worth it for people building up Couch to 5k, people for whom running is new, or going at speed is difficult. This builds up your speed, this builds up your ability to go a little bit faster. And it's all good. Ryan Perring, thanks for the ride on.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Right, so Steph Coa is 9 seconds ahead, so we'll do a bit of catch up. 1 kilometre left to go, or just over a kilometre left to go. Kyle Watts says, I agree, it's about bringing community together and supporting others. It's not always about being fast, but sadly some people don't see it like that, yeah? So it is definitely about making sure that everyone in the Zwift community feels like they're valued. And we have runs for uber fast people, we have runs for medium paced people, and we have runs for the slower runners. We have runs for new runners, we have runs for experienced runners. We have runs for people who like to go short distances. We have runs for people who like to do ultra marathons. So we're trying to cater for everyone. Pascal, thanks for the ride on.
Right on!
So we are just catching up with our run leader. Driscoll, thank you.
Right on!
And Vega as well.
Right on!
Just trying to catch up. Right, so back to 8 kilometers per hour. Nick says he loves this. Oh! Right. Gotta make sure I don't go off. Make sure I follow the same route as everybody else. I think we're all going right, are we? Yes. Going right means carrying on the same path, basically. So if you go straight on, you turn left off the path and then turn right onto the road. If you go left, you turn left off the path and then turn left onto the road. If you turn right, you stay on the same path. Bit confusing, but that's how it is. So we have 2 sets to go. Steph says she's going to run 1 or 2 miles more at a steady pace. Oh no, hang on a minute, have I pressed the... Am I going off here? I hope not. And back down. If you're not subscribed already, please do. Zwift Live YouTube channel. Okay. 17, here we go. So we're doing 18 altogether. So we're on number 17 now. Back down to walking for the final time. Well, actually not the final time, the second last time. That purple beacon is the 5k mark. Right, let's go up to 7. Let's go up to 8 incline for the last one. Right, 8 kilometres an hour, final 200 metres. Blaze, thank you for your ride on.
Right on.
And Buchanan as well.
Right on.
So, for the rest of the day, this evening we're going to be doing Fartlek Friday with Ryan Downey, most likely. And then we'll also be looking at the Rabbit Run at 9 p.m. UK time tonight. Is it called Go Go Rabbit? Vesserman, thanks for the ride on.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Crazy Canuck, thank you.
Right on.
And Wyn Jones as well.
Right on.
Vidar, yes, I skipped most of the intro because I was late. And also, well, I say I was late. I thought I'd started the stream, and I hadn't started the stream at all. So I started the stream late, so I cut it late as well. Right, there we are. Let's see how many stars. Let's see if I get my 1 star for this. Hopefully I will. 18 intervals and only 1 star available. That's not right, is it? And through the finish line, 5 kilometres done. Oh, I didn't see if I got my stars. That's annoying. There we go. So, lots of changes in pace there. Heart rate actually got up to 169 BPM at one point. Gosh. Okay, so that is Roxanne's run walk group led by Steph Coet. Yeah, good fun. So if you are training if you're doing couch to 5k, or if you're a brand new runner, or if your general running speed is around about 8 kilometers per hour, then that's about 5 miles per hour, then this could be the group for you. And there are other run walk groups around as well. I know that Ryan Boyd organised some running and walking groups as well. So keep your eyes out on the Zwift companion app if you are interested in run walk groups or runs that are slower paced. If you want to join those, please check out the Zwift companion app, and they are there. They do exist. So that's it. Thank you. I will see you tonight. I'll be back tonight for Ryan Downey's Fartlek Friday, unless I decide to do Fast Friday, but probably not. And then 9 p.m. UK time tonight, we're going to have a look at the Go Go Rabbit ZRS chase race, which has a lot of people signed up to the first one tonight, and then I'm going to run it tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Take care, everyone. See you a bit later on this afternoon. Bye bye.